Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Executive Officer, Sage North America, Pascal Houillon.
Thank you very much. Wow. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a true pleasure to have you join us here in Nashville, the country music capital of the world. A conference like this is always a good time to look forward to what the future can bring us and to what can, in terms of business opportunity and in terms of professional and personal growth. It is always a good time to pause and reflect on the world around us. And the world, as you all know, is shifting. For example, a recent City Business Journal network survey shows that among small and mid-sized businesses, 30% of you are using now tablet or cloud computing. 30%, up from just 13% a year ago. Our goal at Sage is to give you, our customers, the tools and the support you need to work the way you want, to achieve the ambitions you have for your business and organization. And the way you are working is clearly changing. That's why the way Sage work must also change. We need to respond to our world in which tablets like iPad or smartphone abound, a world where more of your work connects to the cloud. We have made great progress. You can see many examples of those when you are going to visit the Sage booth in the exhibition hall. But we know it's not just about technology. It is about how we can help you succeed in whatever way your organization or your business is targeting success. It is about how we can add value to your day-to-day work life, to make things easier, faster, more effective. It is about how we can help you improve the cash flow of your company, whatever it's helping you get paid faster, find new customers, or pay for your investment in technology investment in different ways. We are making great strides in this area because we understand that in today's market, you need to be more mobile, more flexible, and more connected to your business than ever before. And we will continue to expand our offerings to support your business where you want it, when you want it, and on the device you want it. And we will do it in a way that provides you with a great customer experience. In just a few moments, Himanshu will come on stage to talk about what I'm just briefly described. But it's not all about things like tablets and cloud. It is also about value. At the end of the day, our purpose is to help you run your business and organization more effectively. It's to help you gain greater insight into your activities. It is to provide you with lasting benefits by simplifying processes. We will continue to research and develop products and services that meet and in many instances exceed your needs in this area. Did you know that 22% of our employees in North America works in R&D? In the technology industry, that type of percentage is considered a very high number. Even more important, 28% of our employees today work in support role to help you and help your success. We are doing all this because it is what you, our valued customers, have told us you want. At Sage, we need to continue to understand what you want to accomplish. We need that feedback. We need that dialogue. Please continue to let us know what you need from us to make your business better. And there is not better place to let us know than here, right here at Sage Summit. Sage Summit is your event. We did it for you, and we are doing it for you. Please take full advantage of it. Take time to speak to Sage employees. If your business partner or your accountant is here, stay connected with them. Enroll in learning sessions that will help you succeed. Most of all, talk to one another. Together, you are an incredible source of knowledge. I want to thank you again for your time, for your support, and for attending this conference. And finally, I truly look forward to speaking with many of you here at Sage Summit. Now, on with the rest of this afternoon Sage City session, in which you will have a real opportunity to tell us what matters to you. Thank you very much. I would like now to invite on stage Himanshu, who is the R&D Chief Officer for Sage North America. Himanshu.
Thank you, Pascal. Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to Sage Summit 2012, and welcome to Nashville. What do you think of this property? Rumor has it that Elvis isn't dead. He just got lost in this hotel. That's what I think. Folks, the world around us is rapidly changing, and we are in the midst of a huge business transformation fueled by technology. The explosive adoption of mobile devices in the workplace is having a tremendous impact in how business is done and how it's conducted, not just within the walls of your office, but also outside. No business is an island anymore, and we are no longer constrained by our physical location. Business can truly be conducted anywhere and anytime. Business owners are enjoying greater freedom in making strategic choices. In fact, I would like to share with you a quick video that we created for you, and it's titled Day in the Life of a Sage Customer. Take a look.
Come on, boy, come get your breakfast. Come on. Good, honey, go to work. I'll see you when I get home, okay? Yeah, I'm heading to the new showroom right now. I'll be back in the office later this morning.
Sage Advisor is recommending we go with a maker depreciation method.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Okay.
I like it. You get it.
I love this. And what's great about Sage is you can see all of your choices together in your kitchen. Our kitchen is going to look amazing.
And with a Sage Advisor, you can see here that your mobile and CRM services volume is through the roof. Frankly, I recommend that you upgrade as soon as possible.
Okay, well, let's do it. All right, sounds great. Okay.
Daddy, when you coming home?
I'll be home soon, honey. I'll just leave in a few minutes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Doing a great job.
Thanks.
Abigail's asleep now. She's had a busy day.
Thank you. Exciting stuff. I'm hoping all of you either immediately identify with the scenario in the video or at least take some time to reflect on it. And how about this? All the solutions and technologies that you saw in this video are either currently shipping from Sage or will be shipping in the very near future. Mobility is truly changing the fabric of our business, not just in work, but even in our personal life, as evidenced by all the applications that sit on our smartphones. Folks, your phone stopped being a phone a long time ago, and we probably didn't even notice. It's now your map, your restaurant finder, your Rolodex, your calendar, your newspaper, your camera, your social assistant, your banker, your personal trainer, your entertainer. To quickly understand the adoption of mobility and mobile devices, let's conduct a real quick experiment. So work with me, all of you. Reach out and take out your phone. Instead of silencing it, I want you to retrieve it, or tablet, or anything else that you carry around these days. Turn it on, and I'm actually going to ask you to hold it up and wave. Here we go. Wave that device. There you go. The only thing that we are missing is a country song, and my childhood dream of being a country singer in Nashville would be completed. The first Indian cowboy. Folks, by a conservative estimate, that was about 2,500 or so phones here. At about $200 a pop, that's a $500,000 investment in this room. And you add about a 20-odd apps, and that's all of a sudden 50,000 apps. Some of you probably don't even have reception here, but hey, who cares anymore? You have an iPhone with you. Do you know today that mobile users outnumber PC users 4:1? And experts predict that by the end of this year, there'll be more smartphones connected to the internet than PCs. Mobility and mobile devices are truly exploding. In fact, there are 3.4 million downloads done every hour. That's about 30 billion downloads in a year. The world has 7 billion people, just to keep that in context. And all of this is so recent. Just about 7 years ago, there was no Twitter, there was no Netflix, there was no Facebook. We all probably had real friends then, when like was an emotion and not a mouse click. While it's certainly true that many of these apps have been created for personal use, consumers have begun to expect the same level of connectedness in their daily workplace. So what does it mean to us as consumers of technology, and how can your business leverage these investments? In speaking with a CEO or a business owner recently, he said that he went and armed his entire sales and service organization with tablets. And not only did he see his productivity go up, but also his revenue. You have told us that the recent economic recession has changed your priorities. You expect that your software solutions work the way you do, and you pay for them when you use them. And that it should be accessible from a variety of devices, and it should be intelligent, not just to report on historical information, but provide you true insight and advice into your business. Folks, ultimately, it's about simplicity, it's about convenience, and it's about collaboration. At Sage, our approach to technology is based upon your current and future needs. Our technology must answer those needs. Technology needs to be an enabler and not an impediment. Technology has to be simple, have a use, have a purpose, and create value for you. And that's why we are so heavily investing in the area of mobility. Many of the solutions that you saw in the video, you can see at various breakouts or at trade shows, and I highly encourage you to attend them. But since you're here, I would like to take a moment to highlight a couple of those apps that you saw in the video right here on stage. And for that, I would like to invite Senior Vice President of Product Management and Product Marketing, Doug Laban. Hello, Doug.
Thank you, Himanshu.
So, Doug, you and your team have spent considerable amount of time in the past several months in the field talking to customers. So explain to us how this process has gone.
Absolutely, and we're so excited to be here with all of you. I was in sessions and walking the hallways, and I was recognizing a lot of company names and people. And there's actually 45 companies out here among you that you've helped us in this innovation process. And you told us a lot, and we really appreciate your help, and we're excited to show you what we're working on. One of the things you said is, I want my tablet, I want my president, my CEO, my sales team's tablet to work with my accounting and ER package. I want the transactions, the invoice to flow through without any trouble. And of course, I want my payments secure and without risk.
Excellent. So Doug, we showed a lot of applications in this video deliberately to give people an idea of where all the innovation is happening. While you're here, let's take a closer look at one or two things that we saw in an actual live demo.
Absolutely. The first audience we spoke to were presidents and business owners and people like you. And they said, we want visibility into our business. We want to be able to see, as you see here, the proposals. What is my sales team working on? What sorts of deals are going to come in? And oh, by the way, how is the sales team? Can I see a stack rank? Have you ever been called by your president or owner and said, hey, how's the team doing? And did somebody make their goal? We're answering that question. Also here, you see that this presidents, owners, and leaders like yourself wanted to see the sales, the margin, the expenses, all at a click.
So this dashboard allows these business owners to be able to connect regardless of where they are.
Absolutely. Check in on service and see how the business is trending. Let me show you real quick.
Okay.
So sometimes they want to look at customers, salespeople, dealers, what trends are going on in the business. So let's check in on the salespeople. We can look at some of them or all of them. So I'll pick all of them and take a look. And here you see, and you all told us, make it visual, make it easy to see.
So what do the colors stand for? Is that performance to target?
Yes. Some of you, and we didn't take your advice, even said, make it easy to see while they're driving. We didn't take that one.
There's a law against that in California, so.
But they also said, make it easy to do. Let me see how they're doing against, monthly goals. And so with a couple taps, you can pick and see how are they achieving against their sales targets. And some are, and some are not doing so well in this case. We'll look at Jennifer, and we just pulled up her monthly performance across the last 8 months.
And this information is coming directly out from the ERP.
Absolutely. Real time. In fact, you can check in on a period and see, hey, what are the deals? How did she achieve the $116,000 of revenue?
Very good. So this probably helps the business owners. What about the actual sales reps in the field? Tell us what the guy in the video was able to close a deal right in front of a customer. How does that work?
Boy, and you all had a ton of ideas for us. You said the salespeople are tired of carrying binders, the PDFs don't display your products, it's hard to find product information, and you get calls all the time to see if there's inventory. So we listened to you, and you helped us with this design. And you said things like, my salespeople, they're going to go out and visit a customer. We have lots of repeat customers, so help our team in the field just quickly look up a customer.
Yep.
Found the customer here. Oops.
Helps when your hands aren't shaking, Doug.
Yes, well, and the cord here too. These things usually don't have them. And then sometimes you need to find out what they ordered before. So for this one, we'll look at what they routinely purchase and go up and pull. Excellent. Here's what they ordered before.
So that's a catalog that's live from the ERP again with actual quantities.
Yes, when we asked, what would really, oops, hit another button.
Yep.
When we asked what you look for, they said, hey, make it easy to see, make it visual, because our customers are looking at our products and make us look great. So I can take a look here at this sink, see the specifics of it, and you said you wanted to be able to show customers. And we did that, we listened to that. Also, help us recommend other products to customers, and you can see that as well. With a couple clicks and a couple numbers, like how much they want to get, all of this goes together. And the best part, you said, sometimes they call us just to find out what they ordered, and on the screen you would see, look at the recent orders. Now when they're done, they just hit a button, create a quote, figure out where it's going to ship, and right now in the ERP it's figuring out the special pricing, the shipping, the terms, the taxes for it. And this is just one example, and we want to thank you for your input in this.
And if we had the Sage Exchange Swiper, you could even swipe a credit card like they showed in the video and take the order right away.
Of course.
That's very good. So I'm sure the question on everyone's mind is, this is great. Which ERP products is this going to integrate into?
Well, the good news is with our approach, it's for the Sage 50, the Sage 100, the Sage 300, etc.
Okay. So the beauty of building these common components, which is a new strategy for us, is that most of these products will benefit from these components as they get developed.
Yes, and we can listen and build really great services and for apps for your phones and your smartphones and tablets.
Very good. Doug, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey.
So mobility is transforming the very way in which business is being conducted, both in sales and service organizations. And there is a lot of innovation underway right now at Sage to enable us to do that. But it doesn't stop there. We are enabling on mobile apps for sales and service. And if you see people with a Sage shirt walking around with a green iPad with a big Sage logo on it, stop them and they will give you a demo. So while we'll do these demos at the trade show, we also wanted to bring these demos over to you in keeping with the world of mobility. Similarly, HR departments are empowering their employees with self-service and encouraging them to self-maintain all their information, freeing up the HR departments to focus on more strategic tasks. We have developed an application called Sage Source that brings tremendous power to the employees and provides them with real and online access to HR information. Mobile payments have added an extraordinary amount of flexibility in e-commerce. However, you told us that while you like that flexibility, you will not compromise on security and accuracy of mobile payments. SageExchange.com, that was launched recently by us, provides support for mobile payments and all other forms of payments in a secure area to manage all such merchant transactions, as well as connection to most of the point-of-sale devices. One of the greatest benefits of attending Sage Summit is the opportunity for you to talk and learn with like-minded people. But we know that is challenging and sometimes a little scary on who do I go connect with and how do I carry on this conversation. So we've arranged a special treat for you this afternoon. To share more about our Sage City networking event, I would like to welcome our guest facilitator for today, Sarah Michelle. Sarah is a certified speaking professional and a network expert. Please welcome the wonderful Sarah Michelle.
So 3 weeks ago, I attended the National Speakers Association Convention in Indianapolis. This was my 10th year of annual attendance. And although the keynote sessions and the breakout sessions are amazing, I mean, they are professional speakers, the real value, the real takeaway, the reason why I attend every year and don't miss is because of the networking opportunities. The chance to talk to other like-minded, crazy people like me that have to explain to their families that they actually speak for a living kind of creates an instant bond. But the best tips, the best practices, the ideas, the strategies that I get do not happen in a classroom. They happen in that chance meeting that I sit next to somebody at lunch, that I talk to somebody in the elevator, in the hallway, or in the ever-popular ladies' bathroom. A lot of takeaways happen in the ladies' bathroom. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? But another great place for networking to occur, as I've seen this happen here at Sage, is the lobby bar, okay? So as I went into the lobby bar surveying it, I noticed that, you know what you usually see, pockets of people getting together and networking, but I noticed something different this year. In one hand, they had a beverage of choice, and the other hand, their smartphone. And groups of people poring over their Android, BlackBerry, iPhone, and you would hear these things coming up from the groups. Oh my God, I have the coolest app for that. Let me show you how to do it. Oh wait, you can do it so much faster. Let me show you how to do that on your phone. Or you'd hear this phrase, oh, you're wasting way too much time. Let me show you a better way to do that. And these were the things that I heard coming out of all these huddle groups, and it dawned on me. We learn about cool apps, shortcuts, new ways to use our modern technology, to use this unbelievable thing that we carry in our pocket, in our hand, from our network. Colleagues, friends, sometimes complete strangers educate and inform us on how to use our mobile technology. So I realized 4 years ago, when I first got my first iPhone, I was actually on a plane trying to get an email out before the cabin doors closed. And I was typing with my one finger as fast as I could to get my email out, when suddenly my phone went blank. I mean, that just died, just blank. And I'm not sure exactly what I said out loud. I don't think I can say it on this stage, but it was probably a few choice words as I thought my $500 brand new phone was broken, when suddenly a complete stranger leaned across the aisle and said, would you like me to show you how to hard start your phone? Same thing happened to me. I had no idea till somebody showed me. And then proceeded to press down on the power button and the home button at the same time, and that little apple appeared again. 2 weeks later, I was at a party, and a woman came running into the living room that I didn't know and said, oh my God, my brand new iPhone just broke. And I walked over and said, would you like me to show you how to hard start your phone? And I proceeded to make her day. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we've got, I don't know, 1,800, 2,000 smartphone experts in this room. You all raised them and we're waving them in the air for Himanshu, so I know you've got your device on you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something I like to call pair and share. And what's going to happen is in just a minute, I'm going to ask you to turn to somebody either sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you. You shouldn't have to move too far. Just turn to somebody sitting around you. And in just a second, you're going to share in 60 seconds, partner one, decide who's going to go first. When you find your partner, decide who's going first. Partner number one, you're going to have 60 seconds. The timer's going to go up on the clock. 60 seconds to share one best practice, one cool app that you can't live without, one great way you've learned how to troubleshoot your phone that's really helped you do your job better, faster, easier, or made your life better, okay? When the clock stops at 60, we're going to switch roles, and partner two, it'll be your turn, same drill, 60 seconds. We're going to put the clock up. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to find your partner really quick. Turn and find your partner, and then I'll start you. All right. you ready? The clock is going to start. 60 seconds. Partner one, go. Seconds left. All right. Awesome. We're going to switch roles. Partner two, you're going next. Same drill. 60 seconds. Are you ready? Clock's up. And go. All right, 5 seconds, start wrapping up. All right, come on back. Raise your hand if you just learned a cool app, about a cool app or a new shortcut you did not know before. Raise your hand, look around. Oh my gosh, that was just 2 minutes, people. Wait until we get going in Sage City. I want you to imagine sitting in a circle with 6 or 7 other like-minded customers like you who have the same lay awake at night issues, same challenges that you're facing, who use some of the same Sage products you use. Imagine getting tips, resources, shortcuts, best practices, things you didn't know before you got here that you cannot write down fast enough. Imagine feeling like you got your money's worth for this conference by 6 o'clock tonight. Well, guess what? You don't have to imagine it. We've created it. Welcome to Sage City. All right. We're really excited in case you can't tell. But we've been planning this for a long time. Back in December, I had a chance to talk to many customers, random customers selected across North America. Many of you are in this room that I spoke to. And I asked you, I said, what would make your Sage Summit experience really valuable? What would make you feel like you got your money's worth, not only in investment, but in time and attendance? And here's what the customers told me. Here's what you told me. They said, number one, they wanted to gain insight into emerging trends. They said, we want you to pull back the curtain and show us what's coming in the future. And that's exactly what Pascal and Himanshu did. Then they said they wanted to experience networking on steroids. They wanted to really have the chance to have meaningful exchanges and interactions, not just with other customers, but they said they wanted more contact with the employees of Sage and the business partners. And they saw the business partners as mentors. Then they also told me they wanted to leverage the intellectual equity that's only available at Sage Summit, which is what just happened just now in 2 minutes, leveraging that intellectual equity. And then they said, make it easy, Sarah, for us to find like-minded people. If I had a nickel for every time I heard a customer say like-minded, They wanted to make it easy, and that's exactly what we did. They said, put us together in groups where we're going to be with people who work in the similar industry that we work in, work with similar products, have similar job responsibilities. And we took that data, and that's exactly how we formulated our 9 villages. But last but certainly not least, the last thing they said to me, which really resonated, was they said, we want to come out of Sage Summit with tangible outcomes, things that we can immediately implement back at the office immediately to help us do our jobs faster, better, easier. And these 5 key themes have been the focus of everything we've done for you this week, and I promise you, you have been the center of our focus. Now, this morning there was an app, on the mobile app, there was actually a question that went out. If any of you, how many of you had a chance to vote on the polls? You probably voted for your favorite band. There was also another question on the poll this morning on the mobile app, and if you have not downloaded the Sage mobile app, that is so cool, download it, because everything you need to know about Sage Summit 2012 is on your app. But this morning we asked this question. We asked you if you could, can we bring the question up? There we go. On a scale of 1 to 5, rate how valuable you feel networking and best practice sharing is in helping you build your career and your business. So that question went out, and here's how the app came back. Here's what the results were. 73% of you said very valuable. The other remaining 20% said valuable. So it sounds to me like most of you agree, I should be preaching to the choir here, that this is an important part to UC. Networking is critical to your success. 9 years ago, 3 Sage consultants met at a Simply Accounting conference, very similar conference and feel, not quite as big as this one, but it was similar. They didn't know each other before. They hit it off, and at the end of the conference, they said, wow, we need to stay together. We need to keep meeting. This is really good. And they continued to meet for a year, and they would get together and do training tips and updates and support each other. At the end of that year, they thought, this is kind of good. I think we should add 2 more. Let's add 2 more consultants. And they reached out to 2 more Sage consultants. Those Fab 5, I like to call them, network and mavens, continued to meet for another year. At the end of that year, they had this wild and crazy idea. They thought, well, what if we focus less on competition and more on collaboration and cooperation? And what if we expand this 5 and we bring in more consultants so we can really get new perspectives, new ideas, new best practices? And the group grew to 12, and then it grew to 15. And then they became known. They decided they needed a name, and they became known as the first consultants meetup in Canada. That group, 9 years later, still meets every other month. Matter of fact, they've inspired many other consultant meetup groups to meet all throughout Canada. And today we have a little special treat. One of the original 5 networking mavens, one of the Fab 5, is here today for her very first Sage Summit. Would you please help me give a big Nashville shout out to one of the original people who started this networking movement. She's here today with her daughter, Bianca Lightheart. Would you please help me welcome Diana Mueller? If you're, I know we have many, if you're a member of one of the consultant meetups that Diane and the other 4 started, would you please stand up, because it's your first Sage Summit too. Where are you? Some of those consultants from Canada? I know we've got some more. Good, welcome. Yes. Welcome. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and I can see Canada really from my house. You know, this not only did this happen, but then I guess these guys didn't think, these original 5 didn't think they'd done enough, and they actually went out and started the Institute for Professional Bookkeepers of Canada, IPBC, which has over 900 members, and in 3 weeks they're going to have their first conference in Vancouver, yep. And they're setting standards in bookkeeping, and you know, all of this happened, people, All of this happened because 5 like-minded bookkeepers who all use the same similar product, who all worked in the same profession in Canada, decided to get together and do what I call co-opetition, okay? And you've got an opportunity to do that tonight in a very powerful way. What Diane did, what she started in Canada, what we have going on in communities all throughout SAGE is what I call networthing. You see, networthing is not about you. Networthing is about them. Networthing is not transactional minded. Networthing is when you come to people with your hands up and you say, how can I be a resource for you? Networthing is when you stand intentionally in the middle of your network and you look for ways to connect people, opportunities, ideas. Networthing is when you look for ways to build a bigger pie because then we all get a bigger slice. And tonight, we've got the opportunity for you to do that. We have 9 villages, you probably noticed, scattered around this room. We have tried to make it easy for you to find like-minded people. But to help you get an idea of what's going to happen when you get to these villages, we're going to drop in on one of them right now. And I believe Mayor Ed Kless is available for us in the accounting village. Ed, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome.
There we go.
So Ed is going to give us a little preview of what you guys can expect when you go to these villages, because they're all set up the exact same. They're all set up the exact same. So Ed, how are things doing down in the accounting village?
Good. It's been busy. You know, kissing babies, avoiding major political scandals. It's hard, but we gotta make it work.
Well, good job, Ed. So tell us, there's a lot of people waving signs. It looks like a political convention going on over there.
That's right, we're voting Ed. No, actually, what we have here is our signs for the hot topics that you, our customers, told us about that you'd like to see. So you decide on which village you want to attend, meander on over to there, and then find the hot topic where a trained SAGE ambassador will be standing there with the sign. They're going to then organize you into groups of 5 to 7 people and pass you on off to a SAGE host, also has been trained in facilitation.
Awesome. So then after we have these 40-minute rounds where we're going to be networking and best practice sharing, what happens after that, Ed?
Right. Well, what you're going to do during the round is you're going to be asked a question and share. First of all, share your name, obviously, and company name. And then make sure that you turn your card in, your business card, into the person who is hosting you. Because we're going to have a raffle at the end of the first round for a Nook. And then at the end, we're going to have a raffle for an iPad. Now, here's the caution. Must be present to win. Okay?
Awesome.
So, there we go.
All right, so we're rewarding participation.
Yep, absolutely. And then after your host is going to be tracking this stuff down. There's spots on here for the key takeaways for payroll in your particular area. And then there's two-sided tape on this. You're going to peel this off. The host is going to put it up on the big wall back there that you see in each of the areas. And these are going to remain up for the remainder of the conference so that if you want to meander into another village later on, you can see what others were talking about from a hot topic perspective. Also, make sure to drop your Twitter address in here if you want to be tweeted by other people who might have the same interest.
Awesome. So these white walls we see in all the villages, that's where all the outcome cards are going to go. And we encourage the conversation to keep going throughout breakfast for the next 2 days?
Absolutely. We want them to have
and do we want them to be tweeting, Ed? What about
tweeting.
Twitter?
Lots of tweeting. And if you tweet, please, please, please use the #SageSummit hashtag so we know it's part of the conference.
Awesome, great. So when the 40 minutes are up, Ed, and we're going to have a 20-minute break, right? We're going to come back in here. We're going to have food and beverages.
That's correct. So there'll be a break at 20 minutes, and then you reassemble. And you have the opportunity, if you want, to go to another village, or if you want, you can stay where you are. There is one change between the villages. If there's a topic that you want to see discussed that you did not see discussed on one of the signs, make sure you send out a tweet with that SageSummit hashtag with your topic that you want. That will get people organized and then go to the village, and there's special signs for those Twitter-based topics that will be around in the second round.
Awesome. So just go to a village, check in with the mayor. Every village has a mayor, and they'll give you a Tweeterbird sign, and you can form your own group.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Ed, listen, I heard in my breakout session yesterday that people think you should not stop at mayor. You should go into the presidential election. Seem to have a lot of support going on over there.
That would be fine.
All right, so let's hear it for the accounting village and our Mayor Ed class over there. All right, well, there are 8 other villages. Would you like to know where they are? Yes, all right, great. Well, let's start right here to my left. Would you please make some noise for the General Business Village? Over here in the corner, please make some noise for Payments and Money Movement. Right next to them, if you work in services and retail, make some noise for that village right over there. Right next to them, this is the Distribution Village. Woo! Look at all those happy people over there. And manufacturing, we have you split up. Wow. Just so you know, we have process manufacturing and discrete manufacturing. So go there and they'll help you find your way. Right next to them, we have sales and marketing. And right next to them, would you please make some noise for front office and talent? Right over here, make some noise for construction and real estate. Rowdy group. And last but not least, they hope you're going to come make a tax-deductible donation to not-for-profit. And they've got a beer garden going on over there. All right. So now, people, it's time for you to make your first choice. We have 9 villages. Go to the village that you feel is going to help you get to the like-minded people you want to network with. They're ready for you. They've got the hot topics ready for you. Go walk to a lollipop sign that has a topic you want to discuss. Get on your feet. It's time to take some action. We'll see you in 40 minutes.